What happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? What happens when the person who is notorious for hijacking becomes the one who is being hijacked? Chelsea have garnered up in reputation over the last 20 years, from the time of Roman Abramovich to the time of Todd Boy, as a team who is not scared, who is never afraid for either paying excessive or exorbitant prices for a player, or just paying the goddamn money or doing whatever it's necessary to get it over the line. But in the case of Moises Caicedo, for some reason they drag their feet. For some absurd reason, they've decided that, oh, we're gonna argue over the price and we want to get him as cheap as possible. But it looks like this has come to bite them in the butt. They decided to poke the bear. They decided to poke a giant of a team in Liverpool by going in for Lavia and offering more money for Lavia than Liverpool wanted to pay for him. And what did Liverpool do? As a big club, a club that is and it still is one of the greatest football teams the world has ever seen. Multiple Champions League winner, a lot of Premier League titles, Carling Cups, FA Cups, Community Shield, a juggernaut of a football team. Once owners have not done great with them recently, what did they do? They decided to go in and buy Chelsea's number one transfer target of the summer. It seems almost far-fetched. It seems almost impossible that Liverpool would decide to pay 110 million euros or pounds, sorry, pounds. Liverpool Football Club paying 110 million pounds for Moises Caicedo. According to David Alston, so Liverpool has reached agreement with Brighton to sign Moises Caicedo for British record 110 million pounds. Tony Bloom, as we know, the expert negotiator, the great negotiator, the hero of the Brighton people, held an auction. He said, guys, 12 o'clock this night, you have to decide if you want to sign Moises Caicedo or not. I'm going to sell to the highest bidder. You put the money where your mouth is. And what he did worked. This is majestic when it comes to transfer negotiation. This is a craft. This is a master of his craft. This is somebody who has achieved the highest level when it comes to their craft. He's a master. The only transfer that I can see that Tony Bloom has not gotten the maximum out of since Brighton has gotten back to the Premier League is that of Alexis McAllister. And the only reason is that they bought him and he signed a contract, I think, before the World Cup, and decided to put a release clause into his contract. They still made a profit, a huge profit, more than 100% profit on the player. But the release, without a release clause, Liverpool are not getting McAllister for 40 million. But that's by the way. Let's go on. He said he held an auction using midnight deadline. LFC is the highest bidder. Chelsea bid at 100 million pounds. Personal terms, a formality, plus medical plan for Friday in Liverpool. We know David Onsen rarely, very rarely get transfer wrong. A lot of Chelsea fans are hoping that Chelsea is going to come back with a bid. But at what point do you stop? We are already 110 million pounds. That is the British transfer record for any footballer ever. But somebody will say, oh, but Chelsea bought Enzo for 106 million pounds. Yes, but I think they were able to amortize that over a period of 6 years. I don't think Brighton is going to fall for that. And you have to remember that Liverpool have the money from the sale of Fabinho and Anderson. I think 50, 60 million. They could add what, 20, 30 million extra, pay 80 million pounds upfront, and pay the remaining 30, 35 million pounds in installments. And this is just fixed fee. I don't even know if it's broken down. Okay, let's see the article. Let's quickly see the article right here. If it's broken down into Liverpool have reached an agreement with Brighton and Overville to sign Moses Caicedo for a British record £110 million. Brighton held an auction with a midnight cutoff on Thursday with Liverpool the highest bidders. Chelsea's bid for the 21 years old was up to £100 million. Personal terms are yet to be agreed between Caicedo and Liverpool, but are expected to be a formality with a medical plan for Friday. Oh, I'm not subscribed to the Athletic. We'll do that later. So that is the story of tonight. That is the update. This could be a transformational signing. I haven't done my Premier League prediction, but before now, my Premier League prediction was Arsenal and Manchester City were going to be the front runners. They're going to be the two teams that are going to go head to head. They're going to go head to head in the Premier League race. But Moises Caicedo is transformational. It's transformational for Liverpool's midfield. It's transformational in terms of protecting the back four for Liverpool. He has the legs, the tenacity, the strength. He's young, the youthfulness, the aggressiveness, the tackling capacity. He could be transformational for the defense, and it could also be transformational for the role change for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Football is about profile. Football is about what you need, and on the market, there is no better player available for what Liverpool currently need that is as good as Moises Caicedo. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock that Liverpool threw the sink at this. I think Liverpool fans should be happy. They should be happy. They should be joyous out of their mind. And also, when you put it into context, Arsenal made a master stroke by signing the Clarice earlier in the summer. What's the point? You're going to pay the money anyway. 106 million for Enzo. There's a precedence. So West Ham quoted Enzo's price for Arsenal. Okay, you have to get to this price in order for us to say Declan Rice because we think Declan Rice is a better player. He's more established. He's played a lot more. And as I say, okay, we'll go ahead. We'll pay. I think Chelsea took too long. They're taking their time. They told Brighton are going to buckle under the pressure. We have known and we've come to know that Brighton don't buckle. They find a way. They found a way to make Moises Caicedo sign a new contract in January. This is a player that went on social media and literally was begging for them to let him go. Look at that man in that jersey. According to Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool and Brighton are preparing all documents for Moises Caicedo deal. Agreement reached on £110 million record British deal after late night bid. LFC want to avoid surprises and then book medical test on Friday. Deal to be completed on player side early morning. The people working on this documentation for Liverpool are going to be working through the night. So people are calling their husband or their wives and saying, "Darling, I'm not coming home." They have to close this deal. This is monumental. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp is buzzing. I'm sure Trent Alexander-Arnold is buzzing. This is a player who is ambidextrous, who can cover multiple positions. If Liverpool needs to play defensive, he can cover right back. If they need to play a back three, he can cover Trent Alexander-Arnold. If they need to play three in the middle, he's fine with that. If they need to play 4-2-3-1, he's excellent at it. It's a game changer, an absolute game changer for the ambitions of Liverpool. And I'm just glad Chelsea is in the mud for once. A club notorious for just getting whatever they want, anyhow they want it. Liverpool, gracias. Take care, everybody. Do have a wonderful night. And I hope we don't wake up to news that because this is an auction, it should be done. It should be done. It's supposed to be done by midnight. Midnight is over in UK. So I don't want to wake up to see news that Chelsea have decided to pay 150 million because that will just be typical Chelsea. But anyway, do have a wonderful rest of your night and stay blessed.